Well, hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I've got something to show you. I've actually finished knitting. Put the neck on. There's a V-neck, this is not a round neck. I haven't made the V-neck right down, you know, because you want it to be able to wear it really without anything underneath, you know, without a t-shirt or anything, possibly. So I haven't made the V go too far down. So I'm getting that done. And the sleeves. So I can now sew it up and send it off to the lady that I'm going to send her a message today and tell her it might take me most of today to sew it up, but I was getting worried. That's how much the wool that was left by the time I had finished it. When I was doing the sleeves, I was getting worried that wasn't going to be enough, but thankfully that's a little bit that I did have left, so it didn't take quite all of it, but I did do, the sleeves were a little bit longer. I normally only do about a 17-inch sleeve. That's what most average people are, but this lady wanted 18 and a half, so she must have a longer arm, and that's how I was getting a bit worried, but I managed it out of the 5 balls anyway. But I think if I was doing this, even the length, she only wanted 24-inch length. I've done quite a few lately and they've been quite longer than that. I think if I was using this is Peyton's Fab double knit, this one. And you only get, where it tells you somewhere, you only get, in 100 grams, you only get 274 meters. So that's why I was getting a little bit worried, because most 100-gram balls that I buy have at least 300 meters. In fact, some of them have more than that, but the Peytons seem to be a little bit less. So if I was doing another one that size, this is actually 44. The lady was once just 42, but she wanted it to come out a couple of inches larger, so it actually measures 44. I think if I was doing anything else in the Peytons, I would get 6 balls to be on the safe side for that size anyway. But so that's a little job for me today, and I've been pulled into a couple of other jobs. Well, I was at my bingo last night, and when I went in, what have I done with the little things? Oh, there they are. When we go to the bar, there's no beer mats. This all started around about the time with the COVID thing. They seemed to think that you could pick the virus up from beer mats, so they stopped. Most of the places we went, they stopped supplying beer mats, you know, and then the pubs were shut for a while. But when they opened back up again, there was still no beer mats. So us girls, I mean, I'm okay and my friend is okay, because I bought a proper board, one of those plastic boards for to put your bingo ticket on, and I bought one for my friend as well. Well, the rest of the girls were all just papers, and they were putting them on the table, and the condensation was running off the drinks onto the table, and they were all looking for all sorts, trying to dry the table up. So at first I made a couple of these just for me and my friend. I took them in for to put our drinks on, and everybody else was saying, well, where's ours? You know, and I says, well, have you never heard of crochet hooks and wool? You know, oh, I can't do anything like that. Says, well, you could knit them as well. Oh no, you do them. So I must have done about 20 of these, and I took them in, and there's one girl, they call her Trish. She does all the arranging with the bingo and our player cards, right, and everything. We call her our banker, but she does all the calling and everything. She does the player cards, right, and everything like that. Well, we supply all of the bingo tickets and the raffle tickets ourselves. We buy them all, and we take it out of the money that we put in for the the games. I supply them with the large playing cards for the player cards, right? Because I had a pack of those at home, and we gave all these. Trish keeps all of these things, and all of the beer mats every night went back into her bag. She had a special bag for keeping them in. And I said to her last night, I always take one of my own. I usually take one of these with me. And my friend, I've done a couple for her, and she takes one of her own as well. Well, I forgot to take mine last night. So I said to Trish, could I have one of the coasters out of the bag? And she says, Sheila, there's only 2 in the bag. I said, well, where's all the rest gone? I says, I made about 20 of them. She says, I don't know, but she says, it's her and her sister were at the table, and she says, well, me and Tracy's got those ones. She says, there's no more left in the bag. I said, well, that's funny, where on earth they're all gone to. Of course, everybody's sitting there with guilty looks on their faces, weren't they? They'd all been taking them home. So now I've had to hunt out my little bag with all my bits and pieces, and I've got to make a lot more for to take in, because it's not just our girls who we all do the bingo. Well, there's only one fella that comes with us, actually. There used to be 2, but when we changed to this new place, there's only the one fella comes with us now. But 1 or 2 of the lads in the bar join in the bingo. You know, they like the player cards, right? Best. But anyway, I've got to make a lot more of these. And then my friend said to me, I want you to knit 2 baby cardies, Sheila, for my friend. She says, I've got the wool off her and the buttons for the cardies. And I said, well, when am I supposed to do these? She says, straight away. She says, due any day. She says, well, I've got 4 to do. She says, I'll do 2 and you do 2, because you can knit faster than me. I said, well, you know, I've got other things to do, you know, Anne, you know, but it's just 2 cardigans, 2 baby cardigans. So I've been roped into that, and I've been given the wool. No buy or leave or anything, just here you go, get on with it. And this is called Teddy Baby Soft Spoon. I've never heard of this one before. I don't know anybody else has. It's baby double knit, and it says 100% acrylic, machine wash, tumble dry, do not iron, do not bleach, and it's got the measurements. It's got 4 by 4 inches or 10 by 10 centimeters, 24 stitches, 32 rows. And it's got the needles as 3.75, which is, I usually do 4mm, but I'm going to try 4mm on it before I do 375, because that's going to take a lot longer to do 375. I use 375 when I'm knitting 4-ply. So I've got a ball of pink to do one of the cardigans. She wants a V-neck cardigan. She says, any of your patterns will do, Sheila, any patterns at all, as long as she doesn't have to do them. And there's a lemon, lovely lemon. It doesn't really show up the colour. It looks very pale on here, but it is a little brighter than that. It's a nice baby lemon. So before I can start my next cardigan, I've got as many coasters as I can do and 2 baby cardigans. Is there anything? Oh, yeah, I've even got the buttons in the back here. Tiny little buttons. I usually do bigger buttons. I'll open this bag up. Have a look at the buttons. Tiny little buttons. This to the size that's on my cardigan. I'll have to do smaller. Oh, I'll have to do smaller buttonholes than that. I think I'll have a look and see if I've probably got at least 4 each of these little ones. She's got some lemon ones as well. Are very small, these buttons. I know it's for a baby, but I don't usually put buttons that small on unless I'm knitting with very fine wool. With double knitting wool, the buttonhole's going to come out far too big for those buttons, so I'll probably swap that for some of my buttons anyway. I've got plenty of them, like. So that's a few little jobs I've got to do before I can get on my own stuff again. So I'm going to sew that cardigan up and the sweater up, the V-neck sweater up, and send it up to the lady. That one's took me the longest of all of the things I've been knitting, and it wasn't even a cardigan. I didn't have the bands to do and the buttons and things to put on, but it just seemed to take me ages. I've had that many interruptions and other days where the weather was too nice to sit inside and knit, which is today. I think it's going to be a nice day today. The sun's starting to get out now. I think I'm going to go out in my garden and get my lounger out and sit and sew that outside in the sun. So that's my little bit for now, and I might be starting myself another channel. I'm going to call it Sheila's Just Knitting, and it's only going to be knitting, nothing else on it. And I'm going to be doing it from start to finish, from how to cast on to cast off and whatever. Just for anybody that might be interested, I'll probably, when I get the channel sorted and up and running, I'll put a link on my description box and let you know what it's going to be. Because my one I've got now, it's knitting, crochet, cooking, anything you want. I'll still be doing that channel. I'll still be keeping up with that one as well. But I'm going to do this other one as well and see how many subscribers and how well it might go. So that's my little bit for now, and I'm going to be away off to sew that sweater up. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date with anything else that I get round to. So bye for now.